So I threw myself into my work, became a psychiatrist. That's when I met him, Mr. J, my Joker. Oh, I fell hard. Like, out of a plane without a parachute right in your dumb fucking face kinda hard. I lost all sense of who I was. I only had eyes for pudding. We all know the saying, behind every successful man, there's a badass broad. Well, that was me. I was the brains behind some of Mr. J's greatest stunts. Not that he let anyone know it. I guess all good things have to come to an end. So, we broke up.
Hey, howdy, hey, jokesters. I think that's what you call yourselves. I don't know if that's a thing. Anyway, Wolfman47- here. So, today we're going to talk about Harley Quinn because I've already talked about the Joker in a previous character study video, so it only feels right that I talk about Harley Quinn. Now, Harley Quinn is not a creation by any comic book writer or whatever, as far as I know. In fact, she made her debut actually in the Batman the Animated Series. Now, Batman the Animated Series, as we all know, is the sort of defining point for the character of Batman, because it was here where the legendary, and may rest in peace, Kevin Conroy voiced Batman and became the definitive voice of Batman to many people, myself included. Creating the idea that Batman and Bruce Wayne have two distinct voices, and also sort of trying to establish newer and more relatable origin stories and so forth for the different villains. And of all the villains to be introduced in the series, many people would say Harley Quinn was the most popular. Saying that because it's not, because for a long time the Joker never had a sort of sidekick character, a lover, or someone he can abuse when things go wrong, and Harley Quinn is that person. Harley Quinn has been depicted in a lot of different forms of media since the animated series. She's now part of the Suicide Squad, or Task Force X, whatever you want to call it, serving as one of the main sort of characters in most lineups of the team. She's also become a kind of sort of lesbian with Poison Ivy, as seen in the Harley Quinn animated series. And yeah, a lot has happened to her. But let's talk about her origins before we carry on. So, Harley Quinn, as with all of Gotham's villains, was once typically a person that was not mad or insane or whatever. She was just happened to have a perfectly normal job as a psychiatrist, or whatever you want to say, for Arkham Asylum, and by chance her patient was the Joker. The Joker and her sort of talked and so forth, and it soon became clear that Harley Quinzel, was very much aroused and all sorts, but with the Joker, so much so that she decided that she wanted to be his sidekick, and this led to a series of events where she would find herself, where in some versions of her she would go into a pool of acid herself to become as crazy as the Joker. Or just wear makeup and a costume and just be done, and just leave it at that. And ever since then, she's become a sidekick to the Joker. And then, as time goes on, she becomes less of a sidekick and more of an anti-hero when it comes to joining the Task Force X, or otherwise known as the Suicide Squad, and then falling in love with Poison Ivy after she finds out that the Joker is not exactly all he's cracked up to be. Many different versions of Harley Quinn exist. Obviously, we all know the animated series one, voiced by the late great Arlene Sorkin. The version in the DC extended universe portrayed by Margot Robbie, during a sort of time where she was not quite as well known as she is today, and damn, she's good looking still. um, Also portrayed by Lady Gaga in the terrible Joker film that we don't really talk about much, and I don't really understand why she was cast now. But anyway, enough about that. Also, she's also in the Arkham verse, voiced by Arlene Sorkin in the very first Arkham game, Arkham Asylum, and then Tara Strong for the rest of that franchise. And to this day, Tara Strong has been seen to be like the main go-to voice actress to portray Harley Quinn in different forms of media. Harley Quinn, in my personal opinion, anytime I see her, I think she's very good looking, very insane, very over the top, and I think any fanboy who'd want to do things to her could do things to her in their private time. But I don't treat people like a trophy, just to be clear. And I like her weapons, particularly this weapon, her hammer, which I think is has much greater damage than her traditional baseball bat. The way she looks and appears, originally she was just she was sort of wearing a Harley Quinn sort of mannequin like costume, whatever it's called. But nowadays she takes on a more sort of street rookie approach, if that's even a thing. I know she can be annoying, and I know that she's very oblivious to what the Joker can do, but when she's not oblivious to what Joker's doing, she can definitely sort of pick up on things and all sorts. And I kind of find it quite funny that of all Batman's many villains, she's one of the few that despite her job title, before she became insane, she's actually not all that intelligent, or some versions make her out to not be all that intelligent. So in most versions, she's seen as following the Joker without question, but being very oblivious to how the Joker treats her, and even Batman points out that Joker is treating her quite badly. And in the few times where she does realize this, she does actually give the Joker what's coming to him. And yeah, she's one of these characters that is very complex, but you can kind of understand that she's been through a lot, and she does have anti-hero qualities compared to most of Batman's villains, because despite being insane and over the top like the Joker is, she's not as evil as the Joker. Usually when the Joker kills or turns people into people like him, Harley Quinn would not actually do that. She would just follow him blindly, continue his missions and so forth, thinking that the Joker is that he's not a monster. He can still commit crimes and everything, but he actually is a monster in most versions. However, there have been a few times where Harley Quinn has not been treated badly by the Joker, but rather convinced him to do stuff. So, for example, in the Lego Batman movie, if you want to count that as a actual Batman thing, I personally do. She is portrayed as the sort of sympathetic sidekick to the Joker. Sympathetic because all the Joker's wanting to do is try and convince Batman that he is his greatest enemy, and will do whatever it takes to do that. So when they watch a news report that shows what sort of evil beings are in the Phantom Zone, she actually convinces Joker to go through with that plan to just go in there, release the villains, and to take over Gotham in an attempt to convince Batman that he is his greatest enemy.
See? Superman gets it. Why can't Batman?
Check it out, guys. I built a CD rack. Ta-da!
And how am I supposed to get Batman's respect when I'm working with these human farts?
Boo-boo, look at me. You're too good for Batman. He needs to open his eyes and see what it feels like when you're not around, okay?
Yeah, Piper, I couldn't put Zod in a regular prison, right? He's Zod. Come on. No, he needed to go someplace where he could never harm Metropolis ever again. The Phantom Zone.
Ah, yes. The notorious space jail that houses the greatest supervillains of all time.
They got like the sickest baddies up there. They got like this guy and her.
I'll get you, my pretty.
Just say nothing about him.
Wingardium Leviosa!
And these guys.
I'm starting to get an idea, Monkey Face.
And it's one of the times where his plans actually work, because in the Lego Batman movie, Joker's not Joker in that is not really a monster character. He's more of a sympathetic villain that just wants the hero to recognize that he is a great villain and will do whatever it takes to do that. And he doesn't even kill anybody in the film, from what I can remember. He does sort of think indirectly causes things to happen, but he otherwise doesn't kill. So yeah. But anyway, back to Harley Quinn. I think Harley Quinn is a good Gotham character. I think she's one of the best villains, one of the best female villains for Gotham, up there with Poison Ivy, Catwoman implied, whatever, and others as well. Is she able to do things on her own? Probably not, because of her lack of intelligence. Ironically, despite the fact that she is in fact was once a intelligent person, because a psychiatrist or whatever she was in Arkham Asylum, you don't get that just like that. You do need to work hard and study hard to get that. Most of the time when artists do the look of Harley Quinn, I have to be honest, I don't know why they overly sexualize her, but I mean, she is a good looking villain, don't get me wrong. Even Margot Robbie is good looking anyway, but her version was good looking too. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is. But overall, I think Harley Quinn's a decent villain. Maybe not the greatest villain when it comes to Gotham's greatest villains, because she can't exactly. Well, she can lead men into battle and everything, but most of her plans are not exactly there. And even in the few times where she does work with Batman, for example, in the Justice universe, she still needs some kind of input from others before coming to decisions. Not exactly like Joker or Two-Face, Penguin, and other similar villains where they were able to make plans, they stick with the plans, and they just do it without question. Yeah, she's not the strongest of leaders, but she'll do her best when she's more of a heroic character compared to a villainous character. And I do like the few times where she is in Task Force X, just doing what she does best and just trying to get her team just get through the mission and just get back home sooner rather than later, because she does show a sense of caring in that team, albeit if it benefits her, like most villains tend to do. But yeah, that's basically Harley Quinn for you. She is a person that's very much in love with Joker, will be very oblivious to what the Joker does to her, and when she does realise what the Joker's done to her, she will leave. She'll do some missions with Task Force X, and then she'll eventually come out of whatever prison she's in, then falls in love with Poison Ivy, and becomes a lesbian, and the rest is history. So yeah, whether you find her annoying or not, I personally feel she can be annoying in some places, particularly when you get certain voice actors or just physical actors portraying her. She can come across as annoying all the same, but she's not completely evil like most of Gotham's villains. She's definitely up there with being among the few that do have redeemable qualities, and yeah, she just does what she does best, and yeah, Harley Quinn is Harley Quinn. So yeah, that's what I think about Harley Quinn. Obviously, when I do these character study videos, they're not really reviews, and I don't rank people in these videos. I just take a look at the character, say what I like, say what I don't like, and just give you my overall thoughts on the character. That's what these videos are. But that's what I think about Harley Quinn. Obviously, draw your own conclusions about Harley Quinn in the comments below. Love to know what you think about her, what you like, what you don't like, if she's hot, if she's not, and all the other stuff. Love to hear what you think. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe if you can, please. Those of you new to my channel, I do vlogs like this every Thursday where I'm exploring different things, reviewing different things, doing top 10s, kind of sort of, hauls, rants on life, and other things as well. Every Monday and Tuesday I do gameplay videos where it's just straight up gameplay, usually a series of videos following a big game. And every Wednesday I do a let's play where I play a game and you get to hear me do commentary and everything. Sometimes with the games that are quite big and I do a long series of videos on, I do them in let's play style, but it depends on the game, depends on if there's a lot of talking in the game and all other stuff as well. And then for the rest of the week, it's just reviews of the latest things, hauls and life stuff, which I usually do on Sundays every 2 weeks, and co-op gameplay videos from which I play with different friends. So yep, that's what I do, and also occasional shorts as well. See you in the next one. Peace to you all. And remember, if you're in a relationship and you keep getting attacked or abused, it probably means that the person has put you in a very abusive relationship, so you should get out while you can, escape that relationship and just get out. So yeah, and there's definitely help out there to help you with that sort of thing, because it's not all hopeless and everything. There is definitely help out there, so seek help out where you can. So yeah, right, toodles.
I want your